Alright guys, before I forget, let me put you in a tripod so I could get this. I'm wrapping the Nissan Versa now. As you can see, the doors aren't even the same color as the rest of the car. This has been crashed, guys, so we are going to be doing pretty much a restoring video on this car. Today we got Gloss Lava Orange from Cheetah Wrap. It's a brand new color that they got. We're going to be doing this on this Nissan Versa, trying to get it as nice looking as we can. There is a bit of dings and scuffs on this car that we need to take care of, so we're going to be doing that throughout the wrap. As far as what I got done is the hood already. That took me about like 5 minutes, guys. It's super simple, super small. We're gonna see how much material we're gonna need for this car. It really didn't need much, and we're gonna see how much we got left, and we're gonna go from there. But for right now, I'll put you guys on a time lapse, and I'll get the rest of this. We'll get the rest of this fender done. Now it's time to do the roof. What we did is get that antenna off. I think all it is 22. You take 2 clips off of the back of the Versa, and you have just enough to unclip the antenna and take it off. Pretty much slide out. It has no clips or anything on it. These things I usually take off, but on this one it's siliconed on, guys. So I mean, we could take it off, but then we have to replace it, and who knows if there's a leak underneath it. You never know, stuff like that, guys. So you don't want to remove anything when it's been tampered with already. Then the blame will fall on you. But I just measured 76 inches, I believe. I'll measure it again just to be sure. Let's see. You always want to do at least 2 inches past, guys, what you need. So 2 inches past the back, 2 inches past the front. It's 75, but we're going to cut 76 just to have a little bit more to play with, guys. This is a small car, so no matter how you cut it, if you bought a 4-roll, you're going to have leftover anyways. So 76, guys. Let's get that cut out. I'll put you on a time lapse, and we'll get to wrapping. Okay guys, now we're going to be doing the doors. I did forget to record the quarter panel piece, the quarter panel to the pillars to the side skirts all together. I did forget to fix those or to record those, so I will be recording on the other side. Pretty straightforward, guys. just work from the back to the front, increments. You make sure when you cut these doors out, you cut a straight line for the pillar right here, so you could have all this section left for the doors to be cut out, so you won't waste so much material, and so you could have everything laid out with the minimal amount of material to where you could have left over in case anything happens, in case you wrap something wrong, or in case your customer deems your car in a week, you could replace that panel. But yes guys, we're going to be doing this. I'm going to put you on a time lapse and we'll get to it. Guys, here we are at it. We're at that other quarter panel that I told you guys I was going to get for you on video. I wasn't able to get the other side, so here it goes. Here's this side. I'm not going to show you guys how to do these doors because it's the exact same from the other side, but I'm going to show you how to get this done right. What you're going to want to do is clean everything off, get a blower, blow everything off around it, make sure everything's clean. And then from there, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to measure from this point to the front of the little window right here, just so you could have enough to cover both doors and to have enough slack just in case you miscut anything. So as of from here to the front, it's going to be 115 inches, guys. That's what I used on the other side. It had more than enough to do both the quarter panels and the doors. This car is all one unibody, so the side skirts and the quarter panel and the pillars are all in one piece, guys. What you can do if you're not super experienced is you could take knifeless tape and seam it right where the side skirts would split from the quarter panel, and then wrap the side skirt first and then the quarter panel after. You're going to want to have the seam facing downwards, guys, so it won't catch any water. But I'm going to show you how to do this all in one piece, guys. It's super simple, super easy. All you got to do is cut exactly what you need, and then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to cut straight from here, guys. We're not going to curve down to adjust from this curve because you could stretch it along the curve. What you're going to want to do is from here, you're going to want to cut just enough of what you need for the top pillar. So about maybe 2-3 fingers down from that is where you're going to cut, and you're going to cut straight throughout the film, guys. You're not going to curve it. It's going to, the piece that you're saving from not cutting out these windows or cutting to the door, you're going to slide it down and you're going to be able to get both of these doors perfectly, guys. So let me get this piece. I will lay it out and I'll show you how to get it cut. Hopefully you guys could do the same at home, but let me show you guys how I got it done. let's see how to wrap this up. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to get it to where you can cover the top perfectly, guys. Just like this. It's not a big car, so you might not need that much magnets. The more magnets, the better. Or you might not need that much magnets. 3 of them is fine for this. You're just gonna want to make sure you got enough over the top to cover what needs to be covered, guys. You're gonna want to go maybe about 3-4 fingers over that top right there, and just make sure you got enough, guys. Make sure you got enough that is gonna cover the whole piece that you need to be covered. And from there, what I like to do is I'd like to get a wrap glove, and I'd like to press in the indentions where I'm gonna cut. So right here you'll find the door, and I like to press it with my fingers into that door cutout, and just follow the whole thing, guys. Just follow the whole thing. Make sure you got it all straight. Make sure it doesn't move while you're doing this, because then you're not going to get the right cut. But here you go, guys. So as you can see, we already got the outline of where the door needs to be cut out. And from there you do the same with the windows, guys. You just put some firm pressure with your fingers and follow that edge. From here, it goes up. The door is kind of split from the top, but it does have a section that you're going to be wrapping. That you could get from any other piece, guys. It's not super hard. It's literally about an inch piece. That's maybe, I would say, 20-30 inches long, and the front one's like 40 inches long. So it's not that hard to get that cut out. So from here, guys, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut inside these lines, about an inch or 2 inside these lines, just so you could have an overhang, so you could get inside the door, or inside the door and inside all these channels, so you won't see the original color. That's pretty much it. You got this. From the doors, we're going to cut out, since we're going to cut out all this and we're going to have this extra, what I like to do is just follow the window, and from there, or go straight up, guys. Going straight up is a little bit better, so you could have a little bit more to adjust. But you're gonna want to cut about 2-3 inches, or maybe an inch or 2 past into what you're not wrapping. So let me show you real quick. Get my snitty, and from here, like I said, guys, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to eyeball and then cut a little bit lower than what you need. So right here, I like cheetah wrap because it has the print behind it. So right here you can see that right where cheetahwrap.com ends is where we're going to be cutting straight, and we're going to need no more than that to get this done right. So make sure you got it right, and just cut what you need, guys. Just what you need. Don't need no more than that. Just like that, guys. See how we're cutting lower than where we marked it? This gives you enough to slide it down on the doors, and enough to actually adjust it to cover the top. So same thing here, guys. What I like to do is follow the window a little bit. Not all the way, because once you get to the end, it's kind of hard to turn the snitty. So about right there. Turn that snitty as much as you can. See how we got most of the window cut out? Same thing with the bottom, guys. You're gonna want to go over about 1.5 inches, an inch. Make sure you got enough magnets to hold all this where it's supposed to be. So I have a whole bunch of magnets, guys, so the more you use, the better. It's like a second hand. and you don't have another hand. So just make sure all this stays where it needs to be. You don't want this shifting, and then it could shift this way, up or down, and you're not going to be able to get it the right alignment to where you cut it. It fits perfectly, guys. So even here, guys, like you could trace the wheel well, and then you could trace the bumper, and you could also cut that out after we cut this, but you could also cut that out so you won't have a lot extra left over. We'll get this one, we'll put it on the side skirt. You're gonna want to hold all this almost where it needs to be, guys, just so it can make it easier for alignment. So once you get here to the bottom, you don't really have to worry about too much overhang because you're not going all the way into the door. But like I said, guys, the more extra you have, the better. Go all the way to the front. It really ends here, right where this magnet is actually. So you don't have to go all the way to the front, but you have an extra piece left over. And then from here, all this leftover piece that we just cut out from the middle, guys, what we're gonna do is when we get this quarter panel done, you could slide it back, guys. You could slide it back past where the door is, and you could get this back door cut out and the front door cut out with the same piece, and we still have about 6-7 inches past the front. So once we cut out an inch more than the door that we need, you could slide that one back as well, and we still have an extra couple inches to work with the front. From here, what you want to do, guys, you really don't want to anything with a cap sheet, guys, to keep it from scratching. You really don't want to keep that cap sheet on there because then it'll start tumbling. What tumbling means is that it'll separate the film from the actual backing because of all the tension that it has with that cap sheet on there, and it'll create a channel to where dust and particles will get in, and it will make it a headache to actually use it. So when you put this to the side, guys, we're not going to have this like this for a day, maybe less than an hour. So what you want to do is kind of put this to the side, make sure it's not tightly rolled up, make sure it has a good amount so it won't crease the film, and pull it apart from the backing. But here we go, guys, let's get to doing this and see how fast we could do it. Well, not how fast, but how good we could do it in the time that we have. I want to get this done today. On next week I'm going to be doing other projects, so I want to get this done and out of the way. See, from the wheel well, guys, also same thing. You want to keep a good amount past what you creased, just margin for error. Not like we're gonna mess it up, but just in case something doesn't line up right, you have enough to maneuver it around it. So what I like to do is, my snitties come with Teflon on it, some Teflon coating. What I like to do with this is I will get to where the quarter meets the pillars, and I'll cut it from here, and I'll work this section downwards, guys. It's a lot easier like that. And then you could work this forward so you could bend it around that pillar over there, guys. So you're gonna want to get this in between the backing and the film and cut it down the middle like that, guys. From there, you could take off the cap sheet. Get this off. For some reason, T-Rap's cap sheet is a lot harder to get off now, guys. I have no idea why, but I like to get the cap sheet off up to here, at least to where we cut it, to where we're gonna start from, guys. So just a quick slit, and then all the way to the bottom of the side screw right here, guys. So just gonna make sure everything stays where it's supposed to be. And right here is where I like to cut it. Just like that. Makes it so much more simple. And from here, guys, what you could do is you could put the 2 magnets up here or the magnets down there, but make sure you keep it at the same alignment, guys. What we're also going to do is we're going to be opening this door, so when we're doing this back end, we could actually tuck into that door. Like I said, you're going to want to keep it aligned, so the more magnets the better that holds it here. Just want to open the door slowly. You could pick this up and then make sure this part goes underneath the door. You could get this magnet off over here in the front. Now keep this loose, open the door all the way, and then magnet it back over here in the front, guys. So all the alignment could still line up. That bottom piece always is weird to align. You either get it too far forward or too far back. Just make sure the part that you creased lines up to the door. But from here, everything is perfect, guys, and here's where we're gonna start. So let me get you guys on a time lapse, and I'll show you the steps on how to wrap this. Alright guys, here we go to the final stretch. We're just doing the back bumper and the front bumper today. That's all that's left. What you're going to want to do before you even cut anything out is measure both of them, guys. Sometimes they're not the same length. This rear bumper was around 98, 94 inches. The front was 104. So what you're going to want to do is cut the piece as long as 104, which is the longest bumper. Cut that in half and you'll have enough for both of them straight off the bat, guys. So you don't want to waste that much material. This is how you do it. But let's get down to it and let's start wrapping the bumper. Alright guys, before I forget, I just tagged down the front of this bumper. As you can see right here, I did trim it out a bit just so we won't use so much of that material. Maybe you could use that for something else, who knows, the grills, door handles, whatever. But yeah, we got the middle end tucked down, same thing as the back bumper, guys. Just snitty the backing paper and work from the middle outwards. The front bumper is actually going to be a little bit better. As you can see, I did do the two little grill lines and inlays, and then we're going to do the rest from there, guys. Like I said, you really don't have to get the bottom end of this bumper done. It is really rock chipped and it's pretty bad. I don't know if the material will stick to it, and if it does, it will stick poorly. It will bubble up and stuff like that down the road. So just put you on the stand and let's go from here. Let's wrap it up. Sorry about that, guys. The customer stopped by. He wants to get his Corvette wrapped, and as of now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up finishing off that bottom piece. You're gonna want to wet your glove just in case you need to use your hand for any squeegeeing, and then you're gonna want to spray some slip solution on your squeegee just so we can get it gliding correctly. We're almost done with this car, guys. All we need is this bumper. So as you can see, everything is going down greatly. Right here, I do have a little bit more fingers than what I would like going sideways. What we want to do is we want to spread out the tension here and get most of this tension to the back of the car. So we're going to pull it down and squeegee at the same time. The top end is fine, guys. The top end is perfect right here. You don't really need to fix that, but we do want to get it up to at least right here, guys, and start stretching downwards. I'll show you that right now. So right here, just gently lift it up, and you'll see to where the point where you're going to need to lift up to, which is pretty much where those fingers are, right there. Just right there, guys. You don't need to go too far. You want to make all this pliable, and you're going to want to give some firm tension, but not too much, guys. Just enough to where all of this lays where you want it to, evenly and perfectly. There we go. And then from there, we can keep this and get this squeegee down. I'm not pulling it, guys. I'm just keeping the tension, as you can see. And it's all about how you squeegee, that where this material will lay. It's all about how you squeegee, guys. If you see too much material bunching up on a certain spot, like let's say it's fingering right here, you're going to want to do it from side to side, guys, to disperse the tension. If you do it straight down, that material is just going to stay there, guys. You're going to want to spread it out. Like I've said in past videos, guys, just a little pressure of squeegeeing that you do to get this material down actually pull some tension, guys. It might very little, but it'll pull tension to the sides or whichever way you're squeegeeing it. So if you have a little bit of tension in a certain spot, make sure you squeegee right. If you squeegee sideways, it'll disperse the tension outwards. If you squeegee straight to it, it'll just push it downwards or whichever direction that you're squeegeeing. Just keep that in mind, guys. It helps a lot. Just the direction that you're squeegeeing. So as you can see, we got a lot of this laid out correctly. Now we just need to trim it. There we go, guys. Just got to trim it up. Make sure we got to the bottom of the bumper. Heat it. Make sure it stays on the edge of that bumper. That's about it, guys. Everything's perfect. As you can see, we have the tension sideways on the bottom, so all we need to do is heat it and it'll shrink into place. Same thing over here, guys, that we did to the other side. We lift it all the way to the edge, just like we're gonna squeegee into that thing, into that recess. And you want to take all that stretch out of the material. Make sure you relax it, and then once it's relaxed is when you're going to want to get it squeegeed into that recess, guys. You don't want to squeegee into a recess when all the tension's still in the material, because then it'll pull back eventually. This you just cut right directly on the side of the headlight and all the way down, and then from the bumper you want to keep it on the fender side and just gently cut enough to where it'll cover what you need to cover. Just like that, guys. Just like that. Now we heat it to seal it. Just like that. And this side of the bumper is done. This side of the bumper is done and ready to go. Now we're going to trim out the top piece, just in case we don't want to pull something and then it tear off or something like that. So you're just going to want to burnish squeegee. Do the same thing, peel it up to the edge and run your squeegee along it. Then same thing here, guys. You're going to want to lay the blade on the grill side, run it all the way down carefully, and there we go. Got the top end cut out. Now we're going to heat it. Squeegee into under the headlight. Just like that. The rest of the grill as well. Guys, pretty much done with this bumper. All we're going to be doing is laying another piece under this section, just so when people look down they won't see that it's still gray underneath that. You really don't need to do this. This is just going an extra step. I like to make all my work look as if it were mine, and I would really appreciate it if a worker went above and beyond what they said that they were going to do, which I said I would have everything that you could see from face value covered, which already is. But I want to go a little step further than that, guys, and cover a little bit more than what you could see from face value, guys. You want to make sure that you go above and beyond for your customers, just to keep people coming back to you. So all of this is done. All we need to do, I'm gonna cut another piece and then put it on the bottom, guys, and that's it. We're done. So here's the end result, guys, in cheetah wrap lava orange metallic. The customer loved it, guys. It transformed this whole car, and he also got new tires and new rims for it, so it actually made this car pop and look brand new. I like doing restoration projects like this, guys, so people could see what vinyl wrap could do. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and thank you all for watching.